Welcome to my first ever vlog. So, have you ever wondered how your NHS Payslip is computed? Do you know how you are being taxed? Or how national insurance amount is derived? In this video, I will be sharing with you how I understand the way NHS paycheck is computed. Just a disclaimer though, I am not a payroll master or expert. I am simply someone who likes to be on top of my finances, and knowing how my pay note is calculated is one of those of me being in control, if that makes any sense. We will be dissecting a nurse's payslip, and towards the end of this video, I will show you how to validate the number of hours reflected in your payslip. To those aspiring foreign nurses, this video would also give you a gist about how much an entry-level UK nurses earn. So, UK nurses, get ready with your pen, paper, payslip, and calculator so you can go through with it as I walk you through this paycheck computation, and hopefully you would get the result that you expect out of this video. This is Invictus Pinay, who believes that life is what we make it. Since this is my first vlog, please support my channel by smashing the subscribe button below, hitting the notification to keep you updated of new vlogs, and if you find this helpful, please hit the like button. And if you have questions, suggestions, or anything that you may want to share, just leave a comment down below. You may also want to share this video to those who may find this useful. Also, please do follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Invictus Pinay. So let's move on. I am pretty sure most of you, if not all, have an idea what a payslip is. It is a note given to us by the employers, showing the details of the pay they have given us, the tax deduction, pension, national insurance, among others. Employers are mandated to give employees a copy of the breakdown of their compensation on or before payday, and that is your payslip. Now, a proof of compensation such as your paycheck is also important when you apply for a loan or a mortgage. Also, by having a copy of your payslip, it helps you determine whether the amount that is credited to your bank account is accurate. Now, let me walk you through a nurse's payslip. Basically, there are four main parts of your paycheck. These are the details about you and your employer, such as your trust name, tax code, employee number, and so on. Then your earnings and deductions, which itemize the amounts that have been given and deducted for that particular pay period. You also have there your year-to-date balances, which shows you your cumulative earnings and insurance contributions, and the period summary, which summarizes your gross earnings for the month, total deductions, total payments, and others. Still following so far? We are yet to start with the numbers, so just take a deep breath, inhale, and exhale. Alright. Now, let us take a look at some of the items here. First off, let's go over the description column. Here, you would see the different earnings categories that you have received for the period. In this payslip, there is the basic pay, different types of enhancements, and the WTD or Working Time Directive. We'll talk about this a little later. On the next column is the work or earned item. Just like the paid or due column, it is expressed in number of hours. Your basic monthly pay is equivalent to 162.95 a month in number of hours. Where does this figure come from? I'll show you. Let us assume that you are under Band 5 with annual salary or pay of £24,907. By the way, this payslip is based on that pay band. Remember that this paycheck is based on a monthly pay period. Since the £24,907 is an annual rate, let us try to also annualize the monthly basic pay hours. This is just right? Okay, so 162.95 hours per month times 12 months will give you 1,955.40 basic work hours in a year. Now, let us multiply it to the hourly rate of 12.7378, which will give us £24,907 in a year. Take note, it should be multiplied in 12 months, not in 12 weeks. Sorry for the typo error. Every NHS employee who works on a bank holiday should be paid an extra 60%. Same goes if you work on a Sunday. Night and Saturday work are both given an extra pay of 30%. These are your enhancements. Under this paycheck, the employee worked 18.50 hours on a bank holiday. Please note that this 18.50 hours is also part of the basic pay hours earned. It's just that the system needs to break it down to show you how you are being paid under this category. Again, you are paid for that 18.50 hours under the basic pay category, which means that the 18.50 hours form part of the 162.95 basic pay hours. And since it happened to be on a Sunday, then you are entitled for an extra pay. Therefore, 18.50 hours times 60% gives you an extra of 11.10 enhancement hours. Then we do the same for your night, Saturday, and Sunday enhancements. We simply multiply the worked or earned hours by its corresponding percentage multipliers to get the paid or due hours. Don't worry, you can play this video back over and over again until you master how these numbers are computed. I suggest that you try it with your own paycheck so you would get you can get yourself familiarized on how to do it. Another form of enhancement is the WTD, or the Working Time Directive. It says that you can't work for more than 48 hours a week on average. This is normally averaged over 17 weeks. Next, we multiply the paid or due with the hourly rate and you will get the amount. Altogether, the total gross earnings is £2,777.99. But wait, there's more. We still need to take into account all the deductions. We are finally over the earnings part of the paycheck, but we are not yet done. As I have mentioned earlier, I will show you later where you can validate the worked or earned hours reflected in this payslip. So please stay tuned as we still have more to cover here. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button below and the bell notification to keep you updated. If you find this helpful, please hit like as well. Thank you. Now, let's continue crunching the numbers. We are now in the more complicated and boring part of the pay stub. We will now be talking about the least interesting part of your paycheck, and that is the deductions. So, are you ready? In this sample paycheck, PAYE, or Pay As You Earn, National Insurance, NHS Pension, 331 account due, and Unison are all part of the deductions here. The first step in computing the PAYE, or Pay As You Earn, is to determine the monthly tax allowance, which is based on your tax code. So in this example, it is 1250L cumulative, which means that the employee is entitled of 12,500 tax allowance or threshold a year. Now, since the tax allowance or threshold is on an annual basis and the pay period is monthly, therefore, it is just right that we convert this in a monthly equivalent simply by dividing it to 12 or by 12. Now we have 1,041.67 monthly tax allowance. Okay, next we have to determine the NHS pension, since we'll need to deduct this amount from the pensionable pay to get the taxable income. So it's simply put, pension contributions are tax exempt. Okay? So the sample paycheck is under NHS Pension Band 7. If it is not shown in your payslip, you can check it here. So, NHS pension is 2,777.99 times 7.1%, which is 197.24. Now, We can compute for the taxable income by deducting the NHS pension amount from your gross earnings or pensionable pay. Because pension contributions are not meant to be taxed. By the way, gross earnings is also otherwise known as your total earnings, total pay, and pensionable pay. So please don't get confused about this. Now, taxable income is 2,777.99 less 197.24, which now brings us with 2,580.75. Finally, we can now calculate for the PAYE or your tax, which is taxable income less monthly tax allowance, and the result will then be multiplied by 20% or 2,580.75 less 1,041.67 times 20%. So now we have 307.82. Note though that it's recorded as 307.6 in this payslip. The final item in this paycheck that needs computing is the national insurance. We have two steps to arrive at this. First, we get the monthly national insurance threshold, which is MNIT. This payslip is under National Insurance Band or Category A. Please take a look at the year-to-date balances below the payslip, or the lower part of the payslip rather, and you would see National Insurance letter A. So this category is under 12% rate and a threshold of 792 per month. Lastly, we compute for the national insurance by subtracting the monthly threshold of 792 from the pensionable pay of 2,777.99 and then multiplying it by 12%, which will now give you 238.32. Okay, so the 331 account due and unison under the deductions part are both given, and there's no need to compute for it. To get the net pay, we simply deduct the total deductions of 791.01 from the gross earnings or pensionable pay of 2,777.99, and it will bring us to 1,996.98. So how are you doing so far? My challenge to you is to try calculating using your own payslip and leave me a comment on how well you do with your numbers. If there are items in your payslip that you don't see in this sample paycheck, you can send me a message and we'll try to figure it out for you, alright? We are nearly done now, but let me just go over the year-to-date balance as part of this paycheck. Gross pay here pertains to the gross cumulative earnings that the employee have earned since the start of the fiscal year, which is in April. NI letter or National Insurance letter, which is A here, as I've mentioned earlier, is the national insurance category in which you can base your threshold and your rate. NI pay is just the same as the gross and pensionable pay, as we use it to compute for national insurance premium or deduction, while the national insurance contributions is the cumulative NI contributions made for the fiscal year, which again commenced in April. Pensionable pay, once again, is the same as your gross pay and national insurance pay, since we derived the pension contribution from that, as you have seen in the computation we have just did earlier. You also have the SD reference number, which is simply the pension reference number. Taxable pay is your pensionable pay net of your NHS pension. And then there's tax paid, which is the cumulative paid taxes for the fiscal period. Pension contributions is your cumulative pension contributions, and of course, your employee number. Now, let's move to the period summary. This shows your pensionable pay, tax period, which is 3, which means that this is the third tax period of the fiscal year, counting from April. So April, May, June, so it's the third. The pay period, which was the basis of the paycheck computation. You also have your pay date, that is when your salary is credited to your bank account, which means the pay or the salary was credited on June 26, 2020. And I believe the rest are self-explanatory. Oh, by the way, we also have here the pay method, which is BACS, which means that your net earnings is credited to your bank account from another bank account, okay? And the rest are self-explanatory. I am not forgetting the last item, which I have told you in my intro, that is to show you how or where to validate the worked or earned hours from your payslip, alright? To check the number of hours worked or earned, simply log into your e-roster and click the timesheet tab and go to the month prior to the pay period. Since the pay period in this paycheck is June, we go to May timesheet or the timesheet last May, as enhancements are paid a month after they are rendered. For bank holiday, the timesheet shows that a total of 18 hours and 30 minutes were rendered. Therefore, we have to convert 30 minutes to hours by dividing it by 60 minutes per hour. Hence, the result is 18.50 worked or earned hours. So for the night, it would be 37.50 earned hours. I hope that this video has been helpful. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment and I'll try my best to answer them. Make sure that you are subscribed and ring that bell to receive updates, as I have tons of ideas to share with you, like my life here in the UK or as an OFW. Personal finance, such as budgeting, savings, investing, and many more. Thank you for watching. This is Invictus and I signing off saying, it is not how much you earn, but what you do with it. Until next time, see ya!